Split. What's up, Victor's Valiant? Victor's Valiant. Victor's Valiant. Hey, first and foremost, we're gonna start this show off today with a moment of silence for my little cousin Edward Brown Jr., who lost his life in a tragic car accident. All right. Ed and Vilma, if there's anything I can do for y'all, I'm here. Ed, you know my number. Give me a call. I'm sorry about your loss. Good Ed was a Michigan alumni. He graduated from the University of Michigan. This young man was on his way to doing great things, and his life was taken so tragically. But we miss you, little Ed. Big Ten championship game this Saturday. We are live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, December 2nd, 8 p.m. on Fox. The Michigan Wolverines versus the Iowa Hawkeyes. The line, 21 and a half. Michigan is giving up 21 and a half points. I think it's going to be a quick little blowout. I think we should see the backups in the second quarter, maybe the second half, but definitely by the second quarter. I think this Michigan team is just on a mission. I've been telling y'all this all season. Every game they say, "Oh, y'all got to play Penn State," or "Oh, y'all got to play Maryland," or y'all got to worry about Ohio State. But ain't nobody paying attention to what we doing though. We over here, we done won 6 games without a coach on the sideline. And I don't think what's happening right now has ever happened in college football, especially a team beating the number 2 team in the country without their head coach. I think this team is they poised and they on a mission. And I don't think there's nothing that's gonna stop them. It's a reason they got the number 1 defense in the country and in the world. And it's going to be tough for Iowa and whoever we face in the playoffs. But I told people a few years ago when we got blew out by Georgia that team was babies. They was freshmen. Quarterback was a true freshman. And they didn't grow up now. They men now. And I think they showed y'all last Saturday what I was talking about. Because every win, they just kept saying, "Oh, they ain't played nobody. They ain't played nobody." So now they didn't beat the number 2 team in the country. And whether you want to give them respect or not, they here now. So it don't matter whether you like them or not. They coming. Quick recap of the game last Saturday. Basically, the true Big Ten championship, Michigan versus Ohio. 30-24 was the final score. JJ, led the team with 148 yards passing and 1 touchdown pass to Roman Wilson. Blake Corum, 88 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Donnie Edwards, 31 yards rushing. Alex Orji, the backup quarterback, with 2 carries for 22 yards. I think they should have let him get a couple more reps before they took him out of the game, but they didn't. But that's all right. We'll save him for the Big Ten championship. Receiving, Colston Loveland had 88 yards. Roman Wilson had 36 yards and a touchdown. Will Johnson had an interception, as he always does, the early one that got us on the scoreboard first. And then Rob Moore sealed the deal with his interception to seal the game, as they call it, the game, which I don't really see it as a game anymore. It just looked like Michigan versus Ohio again, like it's always looked my whole life. I want to talk about this 3-game suspension because I think this 3-game suspension is bigger than what people are making it seem. They're making it seem small, but it's bigger than what it really is. We went into Penn State and played a ranked Penn State opponent without Harbaugh on the sideline. They laughed after the win because our assistant coach, Sharon Moore, he was emotional after the game. But, I mean, if you get thrown into the fire against a ranked opponent that's with your season on the line 24 hours before the game, it's a lot of emotion involved. I mean, my job, they made me do some stuff at the spare of the moment, and it get a little emotional, man. So shots, salute to Sharon Moore and the job he's done with this team while Harbaugh was out. Going into Penn State, getting the victory, going into Maryland, getting the victory, and then more importantly, going into the game and getting the victory versus Ryan Day, the crybaby, and the Ohio State Suckeyes. I don't really see what people saw in this game that made them think that it was a chance for them to win. Like I watched Ohio State all year, and I didn't really see nothing from that quarterback. I didn't see nothing from that quarterback that made me worried about him. I really wasn't even worried about C.J. Stroud last year, but to go from C.J. Stroud to him was a very, very great fall off. And I think y'all seen that on Saturday with his interceptions. He's just not mobile enough to play against a Michigan defense. And they're going to have to change that quarterback situation, or it's going to get even worse next year when Jaden Davis get on campus in January. What else? The defense looked great. I don't know if y'all really watched the game much, but that defense was flying to the ball. It was hitting. The corners was getting picks, jumping in front of the ball. Some of the hits was, man, there was some vicious hits that defense was kicking out, man. I can't wait to see whoever we going to see. I really hope it's them Georgia Bulldogs, though. That's what I want. I want my payback. They gave us a licking 2 years ago when we was babies, but like I like to tell old people, we all grown up now. So I really want the Bulldogs again. I'm hoping they can pull it off against Bama. I'm a little worried, but I'm hoping they can pull it off because I want the Bulldogs again. I really want to go through Florida State first. I want Florida State, then I want Georgia in the national championship. I don't really care for Washington. I feel like that would be too easy of a victory. But I actually think Oregon might pull it off against Washington. So y'all keep your eyes on that game too. Iowa. I don't really see what the hype is with Iowa. This ain't a typical Iowa defense. Definitely not a typical Iowa offense. Quarterback hurt. I think all is hurt. Both transfers from Michigan that went over there to Iowa. I don't know. We're going to see. 8 o'clock on Fox. I think 21.5 is a steep spread to have for a championship game, but I understand what Vegas is doing. I'm hip to what they do now. What else? Will Johnson. Will Johnson is a young cornerback. He still can play 2 more years at Michigan. I think we might get 1 more year out of him. I'm loving the way he played. The way he jumped in front of that first pick in the first quarter, I think that's what got the morale up and got the offense pumped. I hate to see Zender go down, our starting right guard. That was tough because he was the leader of that offensive line. And he's been a captain and leader on this whole Michigan football team all season. And he's a true victor. He will be drafted in the NFL. He just going to have to do a little bit of rehab and getting back healthy. But prayers up for the Zenner family. Good luck at the next level. And I hope you're on the sideline with us in Indianapolis to get your third Big Ten championship ring in a row. And hopefully we can get you a national championship ring before you go. So shout out to Big Zenner. I also want to shout out some of my brothers, Flash Mob Uno. I want y'all to check out his podcast too. He's over there at Third and One podcast. He do it every Tuesday night at 10 o'clock. Please check him out. Also, the Soundproof Hunger Room. The boys over at the Soundproof Hunger Room. Please check out their podcast. It's a really great podcast. I want to shout out my nephew in Team Carrington Boxing. As y'all know, my nephew is a pro boxer, and I'll be flying out to Florida next weekend to watch him fight in Fort Lauderdale. So that'll be on ESPN next Saturday night on the 9th on ESPN. Check out Shoot Shoot. Y'all all know Team Carrington, we here. Also, shout out my brother Big Pat over there at the Split Decision Boxing. You know, y'all know I do my boxing podcast with my boy Pat. Gotta shout him out because he shouts me out. Yeah, man, this was a sweet victory. I feel like Lil Ed bought this victory for us, man. I just felt his spirit in this game. I don't know how you felt, Big Ed or Vilma, but I definitely felt Lil Ed's spirit, man. And I think he put in a word for us to make sure we pulled that victory out, or at least made sure Ohio State missed that field goal. But Lil Ed, you would not be forgotten, and you will always be a Wolverine, and your family loves you dearly. And I'm gonna tune in next week after we win this Big Ten championship this weekend. So make sure y'all tune in. And you know how we do. As always, go blue. Go blue. Go blue. And I don't want to hear nobody talking about no OH. I don't want to hear that.